Hi everyone, welcome to Difference Frames the World, an independent channel to find a real China. 2 days ago, we uploaded a video about Sinopharm's upgraded vaccine against new mutations, and some viewers wanted us to update the progress. Today we want to discuss China's new vaccine development for the Gamma and Delta variants prevalent nowadays. China's current new coronavirus inactivated vaccines are still effective against various mutated strains. However, the Chinese inactivated vaccines do not use the inactivated Delta variants. With the prevalence of Delta, strain replacement for the inactivated vaccines is on the agenda. At the press conference on September 7, 2021, Zheng Zhongwei, head of the State Council's Vaccine Research and Development Working Group, introduced that Chinese vaccine R&D units had carried out research on inactivated vaccines of Gamma and Delta strains. Preclinical studies have been completed, and some results have been submitted to the Drug Review Center. In addition, scientists working on other technological lines like multivalent recombinant protein vaccine, adenovirus vector vaccine, and nucleic acid vaccine have also started the research work of variant vaccine strains. The Delta variant puts children and adolescent populations at increased risk of infection, making a vaccine against Delta the most urgent. A CDC study found a nearly 5-fold increase in weekly hospitalizations associated with COVID-19 in children and adolescents from late June to mid-August 2021. And hospitalization rates were 10.1 times higher among unvaccinated adolescents, from 12 to 17, than among fully vaccinated ones. Therefore, the CDC recommends that preventive measures for children and adolescents are critical, including vaccination and wearing masks. Currently, the U.S. has launched vaccination against the new coronavirus virus for this age group. And in China, over 162 million doses have been administered to kids aged 12 to 17, as of September 7, 2021. In the video we uploaded 2 days ago, we mentioned Israel is considering the 4th dose of mRNA vaccines, and many viewers commented that mRNA vaccines are not good. We need to say it is not correct to negate the mRNA vaccines. 2 popular mRNA vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, can trigger a robust immune response, and the vaccinated can maintain a high level of antibodies for several months. Although there are many breakthrough cases due to the Delta variant in the US and Israel, the mRNA vaccines still protect most fully vaccinated people from deaths. Not only do people vaccinated with the mRNA vaccine need booster shots, but those with the inactivated vaccine should also be further inoculated with 3rd doses. According to data from China, the Delta variant's virus load is nearly 1,300 times that of previous strains. Once people acquire the variant, they tend to develop into severe cases in a short time. The inactivated and mRNA vaccines are developed to fight non-Delta new coronaviruses, so the drop of their protection rates against the Delta variant is reasonable. Studies in Israel reveal the exact picture of the efficacy of mRNA vaccines. On August 10, 2021, CNBC published an article titled, "Fully Vaccinated People Are Still Getting Infected with COVID." Experts explain why, which reported the waning effectiveness of the Pfizer-BioNTech shot. The vaccine was only 16% effective against symptomatic infection for those who had 2 doses of the shot back in January 2021. But for people that had received 2 doses by April 2021, the efficacy rate stood at 79%. The article also mentioned the UK has a different answer, but that is not an apple-to-apple comparison. Israel gives Pfizer to all its eligible adults, but the UK primarily vaccinates its young nationals with Pfizer. Israel's studies cover all age groups, so its results are more instructive when considering booster shots. The real-world data in Israel is scary if we only look at the soaring number of its unprecedented daily infections. After reviewing its death numbers, we can say the mRNA vaccine still offers excellent protection against the ferocious Delta variant. The country has less than 9.4 million people, according to the official data release from the Israeli government, but it has reported over 1.1 million cases. 7,205 patients died of COVID in total, translating to a slightly 0.6% mortality rate, much lower than the world's average 2%. The data in the past week are more assuring in the country. Over 56,000 people acquired the virus, and 162 died, which means the mortality rate further dropped to below 0.3%. Israel's fully vaccinated people account for 61% of its total population, meaning 39% of Israelis are not protected by the vaccines. As the Delta variant is several times more infectious than previous strains and causes more severe cases, the situation in Israel today is already better than it would be with no or fewer vaccines like most developing countries. Also, a lower protection rate against symptomatic cases does not mean the vaccine cannot fight the virus at all. The immune system has a memory. It will trigger the production of antibodies once a virus invades the body. The vaccines, be it mRNA or inactivated, are like flu shots. Although they cannot fight all variants as effectively as intended, they make human beings more robust when facing new mutations. It is why people will still get sick after receiving flu shots, but the death rate of regular influenza is shallow. People worldwide go to extremes regarding mRNA vaccines. Some love them and think they are superior to other vaccines, others hate them, refusing to become guinea pigs. A widely circulated rumor is about the heart inflammation linked to Pfizer. Many parents are reluctant to take their kids to vaccination centers because of the heated discussion on mainstream media. However, a joint study by researchers from Israel's Claylot and America's Harvard just gave the opposite answer. On August 25, 2021, the researchers published an article in the New England Journal of Medicine titled Safety of mRNA COVID-19 Vaccine in a Nationwide Setting, showing that vaccinated people with Pfizer are less vulnerable to most of the adverse effects as reported before. In the vaccination analysis, the vaccinated and control groups each included a mean of nearly 885,000 persons. The vaccine was not associated with an elevated risk of most adverse events examined, with very few exceptions like heart inflammation. Heart inflammation is a scarce case. The study identified 21 myocarditis cases in nearly 940,000 vaccinated people, and among the unvaccinated people of the same sampling size, the researchers found 6 such cases. Most heart inflammation cases are not fatal and can heal on their own or by treatment. In another similar sampling group, researchers found that the mathematical difference of pericarditis cases, another heart muscle inflammation, was even more negligible, 27 in the vaccinated group and 18 in the control group. Compared with the 2% death rate of COVID-19, the inconsiderable occurrence of heart inflammation due to the vaccination should not be a reason stopping young people from getting vaccinated. Lymphadenopathy, which causes the enlargement of lymph nodes, is another side effect related to the Pfizer vaccine. The study shows 660 out of 823,000 vaccinated people suffering from the side effect, while in the control group, 279 people also had acquired the disease, although they were not vaccinated. The difference is more likely to be statistical. The study is the world's first mRNA side effect research, and it dispels the worries regarding mRNA vaccines. Indeed, the mRNA vaccines will not be as protective against symptomatic cases over time, so it is true with inactivated vaccines. Chinese vaccine manufacturers will not update their current products if China's inactivated vaccines are as effective as designed when facing the Delta variant. Although Chinese vaccines have fewer side effects, we cannot say they are better than mRNA vaccines. Otherwise, Sinopharm will not start its mRNA vaccine development, and Fosun will not introduce BioNTech mRNA vaccines to the Greater China area. It is worth mentioning that Sinopharm's branches in Beijing and Wuhan have upgraded their inactivated vaccines against the Gamma and Delta variants, respectively, and they are conducting clinical trials in the Middle East. Zhang Yuntao, a chief scientist with Sinopharm, said earlier that China might carry out the third booster vaccination later, after forming the immune barrier for the whole population. China has done a great job in containing the pandemic, but it does not necessarily mean Chinese vaccines are better than mRNA vaccines. Its success results from the Chinese government's decisive intervention. Smearing other vaccines out of business concerns or geopolitical considerations is despicable. Especially, mainstream media and opinion leaders should not politicalize vaccinations. Take Florida, the base of former U.S. President Donald Trump, as an example. It has become the worst state in the U.S., suffering from the COVID-19 infections. Anti-vaccination people refused to get vaccinated even when Donald Trump tried to persuade them. Over 46,000 COVID patients died in the state only, and more than 3 million people have been infected. The testing positivity rate is 14%, meaning 1 out of 7 people tested is positive, several times higher than in Canada. People should appreciate and cherish every vaccine, be it from China or the West, and get vaccinated. Do not wait until it is too late. In addition, wear masks and keep social distance even if you are fully vaccinated, till we see the light at the end of the tunnel. Please share your opinions with other viewers whether you agree with our comments or not. As always, your criticism and corrections are welcome, and we are willing to rectify them if any. Thank you so much for your time on this video. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and share them with people you know. We publish videos daily and post long videos on topics viewers are interested in once or twice a week. If you want to support us, please use the PayPal or Patreon link below.